Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Zoe and today is day 4 of Indie Month. Please ignore the mess in the back, but we're gonna do another Indie eyeshadow palette look, and I really haven't decided what I was gonna do today, but I think I'm going to do, what am I going to do? I think I'm gonna go all out. I think I'm gonna go rainbow, like bright. Let me get my palette. Today, we're gonna use the Glam Light NUEVA VIDA palette. And this is a Gourmand Girls palette that I didn't see on their own website anymore, but you can still get it at Monolith in Europe. So that is what this looks like. I'm gonna hold it a little bit closer so you can actually see the shades, because if I pull it further away, it will wash the shades out, but close up, you can actually see the brightness of the colors. So let's get into it. And I really want to do something super bright, super fun. So let's do that. I'm going to start out with the shade Que Padre. I'm not like, no. I mean, we can clearly see, when it comes to we can clearly hear when it comes to my pronunciation that I don't have any kind of Spanish roots, so I don't even need to do like a DNA test for that. So I'm starting off with that bright neon orange and just, tapping that onto the lid and really make it bright and, clear. Really have that bright color. And then I want to go into the shade Weekend Vibes, which is the neon green. I'm just gonna put that next to it. Like, these seem to almost light up on my brush. It's like insane. Can I show you? Like, how bright is that? Just gonna, connect the two in the middle. Since these both have like a closeness to yellow, I think they will mix into one another. Yes, they will. That's fine. Great. Okay. Now go back into the orange a bit and just connect the two without losing the orange completely. Like that. I think that's nice. Now let's do, I want to kind of use as many shades as possible, so I'm going to take a little more, like a tinier brush. And I'm actually going to wow, there was my lisp very clearly. I'm going to take a blue, like baby blue shade called H2O, and I'm just going to put that on the lower lash line on the outside and connect that to the green. Wait, there's a bit of orange on the green and we don't want that. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of the green over, because I want them to meet but not mix, So I'm gonna keep on building that blue shade until almost the middle of the lower lash line. And I am going to also like blend it out at the edge of that green. Same on the other eye. I'm going to connect it to the green and layer that blue on the lower lash line until it's like almost in the middle. And I'm also going to put a little bit on the lid just to make this like an entire like line of blue. Almost functioning as a liner as well, like a wing, and blending it in a little bit. Yeah, I think that's nice. And then on the other side, I actually want to take the light purple. This is the shade Dreamer. First, I'm going to connect the blue and the purple on the lower lash line. Okay, and now I'm going to kind of blend that. Take a little bit of that blue, blend that out. And now I'm going to take a little bit of that light purple again and kind of connect it here in the inner corner, which I will layer over with an inner corner shade as well, because this is not the lightest shade, honestly, so we'll have to layer over it, but it's fine. And I'm kind of connecting that to that orange as well, right at the top of my eye. So I'm blending it all around. So far so good. Now let's deepen up some of these shades, because obviously this is a very bright look, but we also want some contrast. So I'm going to take a smaller fluffy brush. And first I'm going to take the... First I'm going to take the Keep Moving shade, which is like a rosy purple, and I'm going to use that to deepen up the orange, since there's like the orange one is the only shade that I feel like I don't really have a too close deepening up shade for. I'm also going to take a little bit of a shade, the Buster, which is a dark brown, and I'm going to mix that into that pink to create like a shade that's nice to go with the orange, although I don't know if that is what we're doing. And now I'm going to go into the orange again and kind of blend these into one another. So that we have that dark shade, but we're not losing the brightness. And now I'm gonna go into my original brush and really build up that orange again. Honestly, when you work with such bright colors, you will have to reapply them a little bit more than just like once, because shades like this tend to, fade when blended. So you kind of need to not blend too much, but tap more so. But then when you want to blend things in, you will lose a little bit of the pigment. And that's exactly why you go over with the original shape. So I'm going to now go into the green again, as you might expect, and go over that dark blue, but also blend that dark blue into the whole matter. And now also blend a little bit into that orange again to make a good transition. Now go back into that green and tap it on a little bit more again, so we don't lose the brightness. Go into the light blue, tap that on again too. This time with my bigger brush, just to give it a little bit more of that. And then the orange again to really be present. Okay, I think that's okay. I hope it will come together as soon as I put shimmers on, because I'm kind of scared now that I put those darker shades on. Also, by the way, I cleaned my brush off on my pants, which, yes, it's my pajamas, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. Okay, now let's find some shimmers. I'm gonna use the pink shimmer on the inner part, which is called New Life. And placement wise, I'm gonna put it kind of like also into the first part of the crease. This New Life shade is very creamy and very soft. And then I have Island Time, which looks like a minty green in the pan. But I feel like there is also like a pinky shift when I put it on the lid. Now I'm gonna go back into that pinky shade, go over a little bit of that green. Yeah, so the green shade is a little bit more sturdy, whilst the pink shade is a little more like soft and squishy. Good. Okay, so far I like it, but I don't know if I feel like it's coming together yet. So let's do some shimmery tones on the lower lash line as well. Let's take the shade Blessed, which is like a purpley blue, and let's put that like as base of the inner corner, and then we're gonna put like a lighter shade over. I'm also gonna put that on the first bit of the lower lash line, over that purple a bit. And now I'm going to take the blue shade called Vacay All Day, which has like a pinky purple reflect. Maybe it's that I connected the wrong shades or something. Like a different connection would have made more sense shimmer-wise because of the shifts, but I'm not mad at it though. I'm gonna put a little bit of the blue shade on the outer corner as well. I feel like I'm using a brush, but I feel like the blue shade is just, the blue and the purple shades are just as like squishy as the pink shade. Okay, now let's put on some inner corner highlight, some real inner corner highlight. And I'm gonna take the shade, the Convertible for that, which is like a white-ish shade. I'm just gonna put that in the actual inner corner. Let me probably show you on the other eye. So I'm just using that to kind of lighten up everything. Like that. And also put a bit on the outer corner. Go over that blue. Tiny bit more on both sides. Okay, I feel like it is actually coming together now. Let's line the eyes. This is always the part where everything goes south because I'm terrible at lining my eyes. So I used a little bit of liquid liner and now I want to take my powder eyeliner brush. And I'm going to take the shade Cooper, which is that dark blue that I also used to blend the green out with. I'm just going to press that onto that already lined shape, kind of. Okay, quick warning, I should have tapped this brush off. Which makes sense if you go in with like a dense brush into a shadow. It makes sense you have to tap it off, but I just forgot, to be honest. So now, like, I have blue on my nose, which is wonderful. Yes, this makes sense. This makes absolute sense. Don't we feel like this is just making the look come together? Like, I feel like it is, so that's kind of all that matters, but it's like super hard to get like a good line where you're trying to put it on top of like shifty shades because It's hard to see where you put the line, but let's put that dark blue shade over again. Let's tap it off this time. I feel like this is almost even, which you might hear the surprising tone in my talking, because I don't ever have stuff like this being even. And I ruined it. I talked too soon. Like, shouldn't have said anything. Because now it's not even anymore. It's so annoying. Is it even? No, it's not. It's much thicker on this side. Okay. It's not completely even, but I think we can accept this amount of evenness. Let's do brows, finish up the rest of the makeup, and I'll be back. Okay, so I finished up with some mascara and some brows, and this is the finished look. I am loving this. I know it's not going to be for everyone. I know it's very bright, very colorful, very like maybe mismatched, where you have like so many different colors, but honestly, just overall looking at the look, I'm just really happy. It's very like holiday vacation themed. I do really enjoy how this palette worked for me. There's nothing I have to complain. Obviously, the very bright neon shades need to be built up when blending over, but that makes sense. That's nothing weird, nothing that I haven't like experienced before. The mattes blended out very nicely. Even those darker shades, it worked very nicely as a liner. The shimmers are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm kind of feeling sad that I decided to do like, I decided to do like an indie month, because that kind of means I can't use this for the rest of the month, which sucks because I just really like what I did with it, and I really want to play with the other shades that I haven't used or haven't used as much. Like, I would love to make like a blue purple look with 2 purples and 2 darker shades and just these 2 shades. I would love that, or even with a pink shade, maybe a pinky purple look, or just a true pink look with like this, and this. A more almost like neutral look with like a shimmer, like colorful shimmer. There's so much I can still do with this palette, and yeah, I'm excited to use this again in the future. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, but thank you so much for watching and joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, all of that, and stay tuned for the next videos when we're talking about even more indie palettes. And at the end of this month or the beginning of August, I will also be ranking all of these palettes, so stay tuned for that as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!